Coca-Cola. For the big, for the small, the short, and the tall. Peacemakers, risk takers. For the optimists, pessimists. For long-distance love. For introverts and extroverts. The thinkers and the doers. For old friends and new. Coca-Cola. For everyone. Pick up some Coca-Cola at a store near you.
So, let me get this straight. Your company has data here, there, and everywhere. But your AI can't use the data because it's here, there, and everywhere? Seems like something's missing. Every business has unique data. IBM helps your AI access your data wherever it lives to change how you do business. Let's create smarter business. IBM.
With Bali from iShares, you get access to both monthly income and growth potential in one simple ETF. It's the best of both worlds. Discover Bali, iShares Large Cap Premium Income Active ETF. iShares, the market is yours. Visit www.ishares.com to view a prospectus for investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information that you should read and consider carefully before investing. Risks include principal loss and the use of derivatives, which could increase risks and volatility. Monthly income is not guaranteed. Prepared by BlackRock Investments, LLC.
Want to sell your car your way? Who wouldn't? That's why CarMax offers a car selling experience designed just for you, with online and in-store options. Want to know what your car is worth quickly? Get an online offer in under 2 minutes. Want to think it over? Use OfferWatch to keep tabs on your car's value over time. Plus, CarMax offers flexible selling options with express drop-off, in-store, or pick-up at home. Selling your car is in your control with CarMax. Want to drive? CarMax. Pickup not available everywhere. Restrictions and fee may apply. See CarMax.com for details.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here, wishing you a very happy half-off holiday, because right now Mint Mobile is offering you the gift of 50% off unlimited. To be clear, that's half price, not half the service. And Mint is still premium unlimited wireless for a great price. So that means a half day, yeah? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
I'm Heather Dubrow.
And I'm Dr. Terry Dubrow.
Today you're Dr. Terry Dubrow.
I am Dr. Terry Dubrow. I want you to call me Doctor today.
I'm going to call you Doctor. And we're going to keep this between us.
Oh, no, we're not. No, I'm going to spew forth all sorts of things.
Okay, Doctor.
And by the way, if you have a pencil and paper, you might want to take notes on too. I have a lot of things to talk about that are noteworthy. Okay, so prepare yourselves.
Prepare yourselves, by the way, that he thinks everything he says is noteworthy, but I think today he might be actually correct. Okay, so we saw this article from page 6, and it says stars are shrinking in the Ozempic age. Is there a new body positivity or just the same old impossible beauty standards? You know, because people are talking about this new pressure to be thin like models and people that have had these dramatic weight losses from GLP-1s. But I mean, I don't know if I've said this before on the podcast, but when I was in college, what we used to do, and even in my early 20s, was we smoked cigarettes, drank Diet Coke, and took Dexatrin. If you are telling me that that is better than taking a shot that's been around for 10, 15 years, that's been tested, obviously, because of diabetics for so many years, so we know it's safe. Wouldn't you have rather me been doing that than the diet soda cigarette Dexatrin disaster?
One is incredibly dangerous and life-shortening, and one is incredibly healthy and life-extending.
But then
so
why?
You can't compare them.
But that is my point. But when you hear people talk about GLP-1s, people are embarrassed to admit they're on them. They think it's like cheating. There's such a stigma to being on them that no one wants to talk about it. And maybe we're just not there yet. But why?
Okay, so people need to get over it. People need to get over it. People need to realize that not only are these drugs, we're going to talk about a new one that's going to come out at the end of next year, okay? Not only are these drugs incredibly helpful for the disease of obesity, but for those of you who are criticizing it or saying that it's cheating or that it has side effects or that we don't know what the dangers will be, with all due respect, STFU, okay? Shut up because you're completely wrong, naive, and ignorant. Because these drugs not only are curing the disease of obesity, which is, I've told you before, is the number one risk factor for all of the top 4 causes of death, including heart disease, cancer, degenerative mental cognition disorders, and metabolic disease like diabetes. Not only are they curative of that, but now they're getting FDA approved for if you've had a heart attack to prevent a recurrent heart attack, even if you're not overweight.
Really?
Now it's FDA approved for liver fatty steatosis,
Really?
fatty liver disease. Now it's FDA approved for chronic kidney disease, stage 1 and 2.
No idea.
In the non-obese. And it's going to very clearly be FDA approved for Alzheimer's in the future.
Uh-huh.
And
what about
gambling,
addiction?
Addiction. So you really got to STFU when you're putting down. I don't want to hear it anymore from anyone, whether you're a non-science influencer, personal trainer, or you're, just a high school grad. I don't want to hear it because you don't know. And STFU, these drugs are here to stay and they're getting better. In fact, there's a new one. Listen to how mind-blowing this is, okay? I've never heard of this phenomenon that is occurring right now, all right? You think AI is going crazy? Listen to this. There is a drug that's going through the end parts of the clinical trials, phase 3 clinical trials at the FDA called retatrutide. If you just Google Reta, you'll see how explosive it is. Now, it's not on the market. Eli Lilly's making it, the same people who make Mounjaro and Zepbound, which are the same drugs, okay? What it is retatrutide is basically Mounjaro, which is a GIP, a GLP-1, and glucagon, which is a hormone, another naturally occurring hormone that's in your body that causes straight up fat burning. That strips fat off your liver, viscerally, the dangerous visceral fat, which is the organ fat, heart, lungs. This is it, ladies and gentlemen.
So Ozempic is one hormone.
Is GLP-1.
Mounjaro is 2 hormones.
GIP and GLP-1.
And retatrutide is 3.
Is 3. It's Mounjaro plus glucagon.
And do you think everyone should be like?
Well,
how do you know which one to go on?
Well, you can't go on this one yet, theoretically, because it's not out yet.
But people are already compounding.
Well, here's the thing,
right?
This one is the early data or the late stage data for retatrutide, Reta, is not only are you losing much more body fat, okay, with this new drug, you're burning directly body fat as opposed to controlling your sugar and controlling your appetite, so you're just not eating as many calories, and that's why you're losing weight.
Right.
This is that and direct body fat burning.
But that makes me feel like if someone only has like 10 pounds to lose, will they get too thin?
Well, look at Ariana Grande. Don't you think? By the way, I have no idea if she's taking these drugs or not, but don't you think she's a little too right now?
Do I think she's too? Boy, I
don't know.
She is really calling everyone out for body shaming her. I think
I'm not body shaming her. I think she looks fantastic. She just looks different, okay? And
yeah,
so
but maybe she's on a world
by the way,
tour. Maybe she's stressed. Maybe she's
look,
eating.
If she's on a GLP-1, if she's on Mounjaro, fine.
Who
Fine
cares?
with that.
Yeah.
She's healthy. She's healthy being that's fine.
But I guess the question is, when do you know if someone is overusing?
Well, yes, that is a question, but let me just finish this one thought, and that is that retatrutide is not even out, and it's already being made by compounding pharmacies.
That's scary.
Fully illegally, okay?
Do you find that scary?
I don't find it necessarily that scary if a real compounding pharmacy is doing it, but what I do find scary is, are they sort of guessing at the formula?
Right, because they don't know what the formula is.
Well, they know it's GIP and GLP-1.
Right.
And they know it's glucagon. So it's not,
But isn't there also like a matter of, let's call them fillers, right? Because when you mix a drug,
Vehicles, they call it.
okay, vehicle. So you're making a pill, you're making a shot, you're making whatever. There's other things that bind it together or whatever it is.
Right.
And maybe that's part of the equation.
Maybe.
And if you don't know it's like baking a cake and you don't know to put eggs in.
Right.
It's just not going to be the same.
True, but the compounded GLP-1s, the compounded GLP-1s work very well.
Yeah.
They seem to work as well as.
But have there been
ones.
any reports on how the compounded
Not
retatrutide is going?
So that's all you can find now is compounded retatrutide, and it's spread like wildfire through this country. I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, by the way, do you know what the number one prescribed drug in the United States is?
What?
Mounjaro.
Really?
Yes.
The number one drug.
Yeah, is Mounjaro. And so
what's the number two? Do you know?
I probably Ozempic. I don't know, but I can tell you that I wouldn't be surprised if retatrutide becomes the number one drug on the market before it even comes out. That's how many people are using it because it's so much more effective for weight loss and fat burning.
Second chances are for your closet, not your ex. So whether it's the quiet luxury piece you bought before remembering you're actually a maximalist or those flats you never quite broke in, the best place to give them a second chance is The Real Real. I am so excited to share that this podcast is sponsored by The Real Real, the best place to shop and sell authenticated luxury bags, clothing, watches, and so much more. I have shopped and sold at The Real Real, which is great because I can use my earnings for something special and new to me. I love scouring The Real Real for new pieces. P.S. There are 10,000 new items every day, and they do their daily drops at 10 a.m. and 7 p.m. EST. Resale is for second chances. The killer heels that killed your feet, jewelry that your ex bought you, whatever it is, consigning with The Real Real is the best way to let go of something that's no longer you and get paid for it. So if you need more closet space, don't stop shopping. Start selling and make room for pieces that actually feel like you. The Real Real is the world's largest and most trusted resource for authenticated luxury resale. With thousands of new arrivals daily, no one does resale like The Real Real. And this month, you can get an extra $100 site credit when you sell for the first time. Just go to therealreal.com/Dubrow to get your extra $100. therealreal.com/Dubrow. That's therealreal.com/Dubrow.
So let me get this straight. Your company has data here, there, and everywhere. But your AI can't use the data because it's here, there, and everywhere? Seems like something's missing. Every business has unique data. IBM helps your AI access your data wherever it lives to change how you do business. Let's create smarter business. IBM.
Hey, audiobook lovers. This week on the podcast, I'm sitting down with musician, producer, and walking encyclopedia, Questlove. We're talking about Mark Ronson's memoir, Night People, How to Be a DJ in 90s New York City. All right, like we talked about before, Mark Ronson found sanctuary in the DJ booth. What's a tool or piece of equipment in the studio or on stage that gives you the most control?
So I have two microphones on stage. Mm-hmm. We have the microphone that you hear as the audience. Then we have a second microphone in which we communicate with each other. I feel like that second microphone kind of saved all of our friendships. No band likes each other after 20 years or 25 years. Like the Beatles broke up in 7.5 years and we're going on 35.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to sell your car your way? Who wouldn't? That's why CarMax offers a car selling experience designed just for you with online and in-store options. Want to know what your car is worth quickly? Get an online offer in under 2 minutes. Want to think it over? Use OfferWatch to keep tabs on your car's value over time. Plus, CarMax offers flexible selling options with express drop-off, in-store, or pick-up at home. Selling your car is in your control with CarMax. Want to drive? CarMax. Pickup not available everywhere. Restrictions and fee may apply. See CarMax.com for details.
You know what I always say? Pressure makes diamonds. Whether it's on the court or in life, when things get tough, you've got to step up.
That's right. And if you or someone you love is dealing with metastatic prostate cancer, stepping up means knowing your options. There's a treatment called Pluvicto, lutetium, Lu-177, Vapipatide, Tetraxetan, and it's worth talking about.
Pluvicto isn't chemo. It's a different kind of treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells, including prostate cancer cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people.
Pluvicto is a prescription treatment used to treat adults with prostate-specific membrane antigen-positive metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer, or PSMA-positive mCRPC, who have already been treated with hormone therapy and are considered appropriate to delay chemotherapy.
Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. You've got to drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about how to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment.
It can also cause low blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. So if you're feeling weak, short of breath, bleeding or bruising easily, or notice changes in urination, tell your doctor. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Look, this isn't about being tough. It's about being present. It's about being there for the moments that matter, both big and small.
So if you're in the fight or know someone who is, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Because when the pressure's on, you don't fold. You find a way.
Visit Pluvicto.com to learn more. That's Pluvicto.com.
Hey, it's Will Friedle
and Sabrina Bryan
from the podcast Magical Rewind. And we have a very special guest on this week's episode. He's the mastermind behind some of your favorite movies like Hocus Pocus, Newsies, The Descendants, and of course, High School Musical. Yes, it is the one and only, a living legend, director Kenny Ortega.
We sit down with Kenny to talk about his incredible career and the legacy he's created with his choreography and films.
You seriously will not want to miss this one.
Listen to Magical Rewind on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
So when you're saying fat burning, you were talking before about visceral fat. Now, what I understand visceral fat to be is the fat that forms around your organs. So, exactly. And that's the first fat you lose when you lose weight, right? Which is why when you're losing weight, you don't see it immediately because you're losing the visceral fat that's around your heart and your lungs.
Right. It's also the most dangerous fat.
Right, because that's what clogs up your organs.
Yeah, and that's why they say it is a study in the New England Journal of Medicine established the fact that the first 5 to 10% of the weight you lose in a weight loss program gives you 90% of the benefits.
Because it's the visceral fat.
Because it's the inside visceral fat.
Okay.
So this retatrutide called Retta is all over the internet.
Like, get your Retta, man.
Yeah. And people, you're literally 30, 40% the speed of Mounjaro and the weight loss, plus all of the visceral fat burning.
Okay.
So this is going to be next
huge
level. This will be the number one drug within 2 months of it coming out.
When do you think this will be FDA approved?
I think the end of 2026.
Oh, not for like a year. Okay, now let me ask you this, Dr. Obesity Medicine Certified Doctor. So when a patient comes into you and says, I am, not happy with my body. I need to lose 10 pounds. I'm going through menopause. I have this exercise resistant fat. Are you gonna choose which of these 3 drugs are appropriate for that person? Do you think that there's different implications for each of these?
Well, I'm going to base my prescribing of retatrutide based on the FDA clinical trials, and those aren't available yet. So I wouldn't prescribe retatrutide.
I understand, but I'm saying what it seems to be.
Oh, what it seems to be?
Yeah. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Will you decide, you should get this, or do you think, nope, everyone's going to be on this one?
Well, I don't think, anyone should bother with Ozempic or Wegovy.
Those are the same thing.
Yeah, same drug. I think Ozempic's days are numbered. I don't think anybody should be on it.
It's like the Betamax versus the VHS.
Yeah, this is VHS.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, so it's...
And retatrutide is going to be, it's not going to even be DVDs or CDs. It's going to be streaming. Retatrutide is going to be the streaming.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
And do you think eventually it will stop being a shot and it'll be in a pill form?
I do, but there's also another one on the horizon that no one's really even talking about.
Which is what?
There's one that they're testing. It's much earlier phase where they're going to they're going to use a different hormone called amylin, which is another pancreatic hormone.
Yeah.
Which also controls sugar, helps you lose weight, will burn body fat. And then there's another one.
But what makes it different?
Just more powerful with no side effects.
Oh.
It's all about the side effects, right? Because Mounjaro, which I take, I'm much more used to it now, but I still get GERD. I still get a lot of heartburn and indigestion from it. There's also another drug that's going to be added to this called myostatin. One of the concerns of this is that, on a regular diet, you lose about 50%. What you lose is, 75% is fat, 25% is lean muscle on a regular diet. With these drugs, the concern is if you don't increase your protein and you don't do resistance training, it's 50-50. And you want to preserve your lean muscle mass. There's a new peptide that's going to come out.
Are you saying Ozempic and all these are in the peptide category?
These are all peptides.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what a peptide is? Just so everybody knows, a peptide is a chain of amino acids. Okay, that's all it is. Like 96 amino acids make it a peptide, a short chain amino acid, okay?
But this is all a peptide category.
And then peptides put together form a protein, okay? So all the peptides you've heard of, which we can have a whole show on, BPC 157, TB500, CUGH, I know all of these peptides like the back of my
I'm very interested in
do a whole peptide show.
With peptides.
But
we have a lot of friends on peptides.
This new thing that could be added to these called myostatin is going to it's going to be like help you to develop your muscles and lose no muscle mass while you're on these drugs.
Oh, so it's something you would add to your Retta.
potentially.
So like potentially you could take your Retta
and this
other thing
yeah.
and you would keep your muscle.
Keep your muscle.
So let me ask you this. Does it concern you? Because I think everyone was basically cool, or most people were cool with the fact that Ozempic and the GLP-1s had been around for so long because diabetics have been using them for so many years that they're safe. I think when as we sit here talking about this, and we've talked about this with Rob Huizinga as well, because we've talked about, as Dr. and Mrs. Guinea Pig experimenting with peptides, which I think we are going to do, we're talking about doing, but it is a little bit of the wild, wild west.
Well,
and so these new drugs you're talking about, Retta, and this next level of thing, like how do you then know that in 5 years, they're not going to say, oh, you're going to grow like 7 more nipples.
Well, Retta is just those other ones that are already being used by adding glucagon.
Yeah.
And we know glucagon.
So we're not worried about that. But these other drugs you're talking about, these other peptides.
Yeah, they could be an issue. We don't know. But so the take-home message here is if you look up Retta and you look at on these threads and on Reddit and all these things, a bazillion people are taking Retta with amazing results. And you might think, well, why would I bother with Mounjaro, which is expensive? Although just today, Eli Lilly reduced the cash price of Mounjaro
to what?
From $1,200 to $299 a month.
So let me get this straight. Your company has data here, there, and everywhere. But your AI can't use the data because it's here, there, and everywhere? Seems like something's missing. Every business has unique data. IBM helps your AI access your data wherever it lives to change how you do business. Let's create smarter business. IBM.
Hey, audiobook lovers. This week on the podcast, I'm sitting down with musician, producer, and walking encyclopedia, Questlove. We're talking about Mark Ronson's memoir, Night People, How to Be a DJ in 90s New York City. All right, like we talked about before, Mark Ronson found sanctuary in the DJ booth. What's a tool or piece of equipment in the studio or on stage that gives you the most control?
So I have 2 microphones on stage. Mm-hmm. We have the microphone that you hear as the audience. Then we have a second microphone in which we communicate with each other. I feel like that second microphone kind of saved all of our friendships. No band likes each other after 20 years or 25 years. Like, the Beatles broke up in 7.5 years, and we're going on 35.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart Audiobook Club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Want to sell your car your way? Who wouldn't? That's why CarMax offers a car selling experience designed just for you, with online and in-store options. Want to know what your car is worth quickly? Get an online offer in under 2 minutes. Want to think it over? Use OfferWatch to keep tabs on your car's value over time. Plus, CarMax offers flexible selling options with express drop-off, in-store, or pick-up at home. Selling your car is in your control with CarMax. Want to drive? CarMax. Pickup not available everywhere. Restrictions and fee may apply. See CarMax.com for details.
You know what I always say? Pressure makes diamonds. Whether it's on the court or in life, when things get tough, you've got to step up.
That's right. And if you or someone you love is dealing with metastatic prostate cancer, stepping up means knowing your options. There's a treatment called Pluvicto, lutetium, Lu-177, vapipatide, tetraxetan, and it's worth talking about.
Pluvicto isn't chemo. It's a different kind of treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells, including prostate cancer cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people.
Pluvicto is a prescription treatment used to treat adults with prostate-specific membrane antigen-positive metastatic castration-resistant prostate cancer, or PSMA-positive mCRPC, who have already been treated with hormone therapy and are considered appropriate to delay chemotherapy.
Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. You've got to drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about how to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment.
It can also cause low blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. So if you're feeling weak, short of breath, bleeding or bruising easily, or notice changes in urination, tell your doctor. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Look, this isn't about being tough. It's about being present. It's about being there for the moments that matter, both big and small.
So if you're in the fight or know someone who is, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Because when the pressure's on, you don't fold. You find a way.
Visit Pluvicto.com to learn more. That's Pluvicto.com.
Breaking news, everybody. Not everything is terrible. I repeat, not everything is terrible. The ripple effect with Jenna Kim Jones is proof that the internet, it hasn't ruined humanity entirely.
Clean the world. We have almost 10,000 hotels that operate our soap and plastic recycling program. And we have created and distributed 90 million free bars of soap to children, families, mothers in 127 countries across the globe.
It's like magic, you guys. So put down your doom scroller and pick up your faith in humanity and join me, Jenna, for the ripple effect. It's a reminder that you can start a ripple that changes everything. You really can.
Best stat of all is that the death rate to children under the age of 5 dying to hygiene-related illnesses has decreased by more than 60% since the day we started.
Listen to The Ripple Effect with Jenna Kim Jones on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm Kristen Davis, host of the podcast, Are You a Charlotte? The most anticipated guest from season 3 is here. The tray to my Charlotte. Kyle MacLachlan joins me to relive all of the magical Trey and Charlotte moments. He reveals what he thinks of Trey giving Charlotte a cardboard baby.
Why would I bring her a cardboard baby? I was like, this doesn't track for me at all.
When he found out Trey's shortcomings.
I'm kind of excited at talking about, I think he's a guy who spends time in Central Park, he's probably, there'll be some surgery stuff, and I was like, all this kind of stuff going on, and they were like, yeah, fine. And they said, but he's impotent. And I was like, he's impotent.
And why he chose not to return to And Just Like That.
They came and presented an idea, and I was like, I see it. It's so kind of a one joke idea.
You don't want to miss this. Listen to Are You a Charlotte on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
By the way, if you go to Lilly Direct, Lilly Direct, they have telehealth. You can buy prescription Mounjaro/Zepbound, same drug, for $299 a month.
That's great.
And so there's no reason to go to a compounding pharmacy to get these things anymore. But the problem is right now, Retta is available from compounding pharmacies. I don't know if it's available from good ones or not. I know of some that have it.
But it's not FDA approved.
But it's, hold on, but it's incredibly inexpensive, even cheaper than Mounjaro, much more effective, but you don't know what you're getting. So we don't recommend you do Retta yet. But if you do get Retta based on me referring you to the internet and looking these things up, make sure you get it from a compounding pharmacy that's a 502C. In other words, it's licensed to compound drugs.
Okay.
If you are knowing that people are going to look this up and go, oh my gosh, Terry is so right. This is like the next miracle of miracle drugs. If you are going to do it, get it from a licensed compounding pharmacy.
Yeah, that scares me. I am totally for, I want things to be FDA approved. I don't want someone guessing about like what they're putting.
Well,
they
say, I want my MTV.
They did.
I want my retatrutide. I am
here's my big thing.
2 seconds from going on retatrutide, by the way, just truth be told.
Okay, here's my thing about all of these drugs. My thing about all of these drugs is the long term, and I'm not talking about the long-term effects because we just talked about that a little bit, but I mean the long-term lifestyle, because I think you would agree, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, but in the same way that cigarette, diet soda, Dexatrim life.
What's the end point?
Well, I mean, you have to learn how to eat properly.
Mm-hmm.
You need protein and nutrients in your body to keep it running at optimum levels and to age properly.
Right.
You can't exist on no food or, little bites of food here and there. You still need nutrition, and you need to lift weights and you need to exercise. My big thing about these drugs is I think it's great. And I love all the ancillary benefits, the cognitive health, the heart health, all of those things. But how do we get people to learn how to eat and make sure they're in the gym and they're just not jabbing themselves and crossing their fingers?
So the other question to ask, or to reframe that, what do you do after you've been on these drugs and you've lost the weight? Now what? Do you stay on the same dose? Do you lower the dose?
Is there maintenance?
Is there maintenance? What do you do? So, truth be told, no one in obesity medicine, and as you know, I'm board certified in obesity medicine, there is no accepted, what are we looking at?
Oh, Retta is $120 to a few $100s per vial.
Yeah, but a vial, depending on the concentration of the vial. But by the way, Retta, just so you know, I've looked it up because this is what I do for a living. You can get doses of Retta from a good compound pharmacy for like $10 a week. Okay. But anyway, so the question is, and no one's really talking about this. Okay, fine. I get Ozempic. I get Mounjaro. I get Zepbound. You're talking about Retta. What the hell do I do once I've lost the weight?
Yeah, now I look good. I look
good. Do I stay on the same dose forever? Can I go off it? Can I say to myself, well, I can go off it because I've retrained my body? I think the thing to do, and this is where the definition of microdosing comes in. To me, microdosing means you've figured out whatever dose you need to get to your ideal body weight. Some people are big responders and they don't need to go up every week. Other people need to keep going up in their concentration every week. But once you get there, go back to the original low dose and see whether you can maintain on that. That is the new definition of microdosing, using the minimum available dose to sustain and maintain your weight
And then
loss.
do you go to like every other week with it?
You can. By the way, you could do your own little experimentation. I think for now, once you get to your ideal body weight, you drop it down to the lower dose and you see how you do.
Yeah.
For about 4 weeks. So you tailor it to your own physiology.
You want to stay on it because of all those
You
other.
want to stay on for the anti-aging effect.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's what no one really talks about, because I think what you might be seeing with some of these hyper skinny celebrities is they get to their ideal body weight and they say, this is so wonderful. I'm just going to stay on this high dose. And then they take it to the unattainable, the impossible body image. They're now all looking ridiculously overly thin.
I guess, but I mean, look, that's happened so many times throughout the decades. There was the Twiggy, period of time where everyone was so thin. I mean, when I was in my 20s, everyone wanted to be as thin as possible. I mean, this Kardashian butt, like no one wanted any bubble, anything anywhere. It's like, like silhouettes change throughout the decades.
I know, but I don't think it's really in to be Twiggy thin right now. Is that what you're saying, that it's in and that's the way it goes?
I think it's back to being Twiggy thin now, and it's because of the drugs. Yes.
I can only think of 2 or 3 celebrities who are Twiggy thin. But I think that the point is that some of them are staying on the high dose and they're going too far with it.
I haven't seen that.
Well, okay. I think that's one of the things people are talking about, honey. That's on social media. People are getting overly thin, right? And so the problem is when you get that thin, your lean muscle mass compartment goes to nothing,
right,
and you're unhealthy.
So what do you do until that drug comes?
You drop down to the lowest. You must start microdosing it. That's what you do.
All right. So if you're on it and you're at the right dose,
drop it down.
Drop it down. You're going to microdose, and then you are A-OK.
Yeah, don't get too thin, because your too thin is too lean muscle mass, and that's not good. And women particularly, you need that muscle mass because that's what provides this distraction of your bones and keeps your bone health good.
All right, we have to go now because Terry needs to go get his Retta.
Right, I'm calling it a prescription right now for me for Redditry, so I'll be right back.
What a matchup we got, y'all. This is that classic HBCU vibe. Non-stop action, the band is rocking, and the crowd lit. Chants echoing, drum beat, everybody showing that school pride. Game like this? Yeah, it calls for an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer right there. Yeah, that taste always hits the right note, just like the band at halftime. And just like that, we're back at it. Passionate fans, school colors everywhere, and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. That's a winning combo. No matter the sport, no matter the yard, everybody knows. Fan work is thirsty work. So grab a Coca-Cola and keep that HBCU pride going.
Make their holiday unforgettable with a gift that says it all from Pandora Jewelry. A gift that tells a story and shows you know theirs. That doesn't just sparkle, but speaks. From new festive charms to forever rings and personal engravings, this season, give a gift that's perfectly theirs. Whether you're shopping for a shiny surprise for your significant other, matching bracelets to celebrate your friendship, or a heartfelt gift for a family member, say more this holiday season with Pandora. Shop now at pandora.net or visit your closest Pandora store.
With Bali from iShares, you get access to both monthly income and growth potential in one simple ETF. It's the best of both worlds. Discover Bali, iShares Large Cap Premium Income Active ETF. iShares, the market is yours. Visit www.ishares.com to view a prospectus for investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information that you should read and consider carefully before investing. Risks include principal loss and the use of derivatives, which could increase risks and volatility. Monthly income is not guaranteed. Prepared by BlackRock Investments, LLC.
Look, Santa, the kids left you Pepperidge Farm cookies.
Milano Mint Chocolate.
So rich.
Chessman Butter Cookies.
So buttery.
And Linzer Raspberry.
A holiday classic. These are fancy Santa.
Fancy Santa?
Fancy Santa. Designer cologne?
Spritz me.
Vintage timepiece?
Classy o'clock.
Gold chain? With diamonds.
Now that's fancy. Pepperidge Farm Cookies. Fancy a taste?
Only one movie answers the call.
Hello? It's me, SpongeBob.
For the biggest comedy event of the holiday season.
Do you know what the best part is?
What is it, Patrick?
No, I'm asking.
The SpongeBob Movie, rated PG. Friday,